Namaste, welcome to your Deep Stretch Yoga Flow. This is a 15-minute practice that is going to be so wonderful when you are already warm. Please keep in mind this practice contains a lot of static stretching, so deep stretching, which means you want your body to already be warmed up. That means maybe you've already been for a walk, maybe you were dancing, maybe you just came from a workout or from the gym. That's going to be the perfect time for this class. If you have not yet warmed up, maybe choose a different yoga flow to focus on today and make sure that your muscles are ready to go for this practice. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side. Come into a seated position in the center of your mat, however feels comfortable for you today. And place one hand onto your belly, breathing in and out through your nose, connecting that movement and rhythm of your breath with your body. Let go of anything that has already happened in your day and tune into the frequency of right here and now. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and back, and then open your eyes. Make your way slowly into a tabletop position and begin to flow through your cat-cow. Every movement begins at your tail. Inhaling as you lift your tail, drop your belly, lift your chest and head. Exhaling as you tuck your tail, round your spine, and tuck your chin to chest. Undulating up and down your spine. Keep your breath in alignment with your movement. And feel free to close your eyes at any point in this practice, drawing your awareness inward rather than outward. Come back into your table and then reach the right arm forward, up, back, and down, and then repeat on the left side. Separate your fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes, and lift your knees just off the floor. And then lift the hips a little bit higher, keeping your knees bent to begin. Flatten your back, and then pedal your heels one at a time, walking out your downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. You may need to walk your hands forward a couple of inches, giving yourself a little more spaciousness. And if you notice that your spine and your shoulders are round, simply bend your knees. This will help you to flatten out your low back and your shoulders. Deep breath in, lift your right leg. You want to keep your hips nice and square. Point your toes and lift a little bit higher, sipping in the last breath of air. And draw your knee towards your nose, step your right foot between your hands and lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, circle your arms overhead, palms together, take a deep breath in. Hold the left wrist, reach towards the right side of the room, and breathe into this side body stretch. The hips are moving forward in this nice deep lunge. Inhale back to center. Exhale, circle your hands down. Now straighten your front leg. We're coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Your right foot is flexed. Pull the little toe towards you. Your fingertips are on the floor, just underneath of your shoulders. And pull the right hip back, accentuating this stretch. You can try turning the right toes toward the right side of the room for a slightly different stretch. Take one more breath. As you inhale, shift back into your lunge. Lift your back knee and move into Pyramid Parsvottanasana. Your fingertips can either be on the floor or take your hands onto your hips if you find that more comfortable. Back nice and flat. You can lower your back heel onto the floor Lengthen your spine, navel towards your spine, and draw the right hip back. Now bend your front knee. Lift your left leg in the air, standing split. And on the exhale, bring your knee to nose. Now kick back, step back into your lunge, plant your hands, come into your low plank, and Chaturanga down onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your heart. Exhale, lower down, move back into your downward facing dog. Other side, left leg in the air, hips square. Point your toes and lift a little higher. And with the exhale, bring your left knee to your chest, step forward, and circle your arms overhead. Low lunge, crescent lunge. This time, hold your right wrist. Exhale, bend to the left side, getting that nice deep side stretch. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead. Your hips are moving toward the front of your mat. Inhale, back up to center, lower your hands and straighten your front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana half split. Lengthen your spine here, try not to round your spine. And instead pull your heart forward, navel in, and the left hip is moving back. For a slightly different stretch, you can turn your left toes to the left side of the room. Breathe deeply. And with your next inhale, shift back into your lunge. Lift your back leg, pyramid, Parasvottanasana. Place your back heel on the ground, either fingertips to the ground or hands onto your hips. Whichever you did on the other side, honor over here. Draw the left hip back. Lengthen your spine, pull your chest forward, and breathe. Inhale, shift forward into your standing split. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back and step into lunge. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. And on the exhale, lower down. Stay on your belly and reach the right arm back for your quad stretch. Bring your knees nice and close together. Squeeze your glutes and push your hips down into your mat. Release the right side and switch over to the left. Again, move your knees towards one another. Squeeze your glutes, move your hips down. Your forehead remains on the mat. Release your left leg, push back into your low plank, and then back into your child's pose, Balasana. Sit your hips towards your heels if they can reach today. Reach your arms forward and rest your forehead for a moment. With a round spine, bring yourself back into a tabletop position and come to sitting in the middle of your mat. Come into a wide leg seat. No need to go to 100% here, 80% is perfect. If you need to untuck the flesh of your sit bones, please do. And then bend your right knee. Place your right foot to your inner thigh and reach towards that left foot. If you can't touch your foot today, no worries. You can always place your left hand on your shin. And if you'd like to go deeper, reach that right arm overhead, coming into a deep side body stretch. Draw your right shoulder back so that your heart is rotating open toward the sky. Round your shoulder on the exhale and bring yourself back into a neutral position. Right hand on the floor just beside the right hip. And inhale for joy pose. Reach the left arm overhead. Stretch your left leg. Deep breath. And on the exhale, come back down. Gracefully switch sides. Take that right hand down the right leg. Make sure your heart space is open here. And if you choose to reach that left arm overhead, please do. Try not to hang your head here. Instead, make sure your head and neck are aligned with your spine. And breathing into the side body that is open. Round forward, slowly come back up into your seat and setting up for joy pose on the other side, left hand on the floor, point your right toes, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes, open your heart. And on the exhale, come back down. Butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. And depending on your hip structure, you may prefer to keep your heels further from your hips. But if possible today, bring your hips nice and close to your heels. And then actively push your thighs towards the floor. And if you feel like moving deeper, you can always reach your arms forward, coming into a fold. Otherwise, you can always stay in an upright position, fingertips on the floor, and breathing deeply. Inhale. And release on the exhale. Come into the center of your mat, hands just behind your knees, and roll vertebrae by vertebrae down onto your mat. Figure 4. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and push your right hand into your thigh, opening your hip. Take a deep breath, and then draw both knees in this figure 4 position, either holding behind your left thigh or in front of your left shin. Again, relax your jaw. The jaw and the hips are so deeply connected here. You can release your ankle if that feels supportive. And then gently release, coming into a half happy baby pose, Anand Balasana. Taking the right hand to the outside of your right foot and drawing that right knee toward the floor just beside you. Anchor your left hip with your left hand. And then release. Place your knees together. Take a moment to really feel both the right and the left side. Noticing, simply noticing. And then draw the left knee in and place your left ankle over your right thigh, figure 4. Pushing into that left thigh to open your hip, taking a deep breath, and then drawing your knees towards you into that full figure 4 shape, glute stretch. And if you find this really difficult, you might notice that lifting your head off the floor is supportive. Otherwise, bring your head down onto your mat and breathe. Now release your legs. You're going to come back into that half happy baby, left hand to the outside of your left foot, and draw the knee down, anchoring your right hip with your right hand. This is a deep stretch, so breathe deeply to mirror what the body is doing. And then release. Separate your feet nice and wide and let your knees fall from side to side like windshield wipers on a car. Letting your head move the opposite direction from your knees. Bring your knees back through center when you're ready here. Pull both knees towards your chest. Take a nice stretch through your low back, a stretch through your ankles. And then you can release. Shavasana. You can place your feet on your floor, knees together in constructive resting pose, or stretch your legs and come into a more traditional variation of Shavasana. Let your arms come open nice and wide. Your palms are facing the sky in a receptive, open gesture. Your head is symmetrical, facing up towards the ceiling. And take a body scan. If there's anywhere you feel tension today, notice if you can consciously let go. Melting your body as though you are becoming a part of the earth. Soften your heart, soften your throat and your jaw, your teeth and tongue. Soften your cheeks, and your eyelids and your eyebrows. And allow your body to rest and integrate. When you feel ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes and slowly bring yourself into fetal position on either side of your body, resting here for a few moments. And using very little effort, slowly bring yourself back into a seated position where we'll close our practice for today. Hands together in Anjali Mudra prayer in front of your heart. And gently bow your head towards your hands, a way of honoring in deep reverence this practice and this lineage of yoga, Hatha Yoga. Offering gratitude to all of the ancestors for making it possible for us to practice today. We thank you for your body, your mind, and your soul. Namaste.